This question comes from the 2023 National 5 Biology paper. This is question 2 of section 2. All right, so let's have a read at the question. The diagram represents a section of DNA. Okay, good. We're having a question about the DNA learning area, the structure of DNA learning area. It says, give the term used to describe the structure of a DNA molecule. Well, it's normally referred to in, here's our DNA molecule, and what do we have here is, this is what we call a helix, right? And then the other strand also forms a helix. And so this is known as the double helix. That's the structure of DNA. It's a helix is a coil, basically. All right, the following results show an analysis of the DNA bases contained in a cell. Nice small analysis of DNA, it's good. Normally when you, let's just see. So the DNA base X, that was 28% of the bases. Guanine, or guanine, some people say, was 22% of the bases. Y was 22% of the bases, and Z was 28% of the bases. So what you can see here, there's two 28s and there's two 22s. Okay, so which letter in the table represents the base cytosine? Okay, so what we know from complementary base pairing in DNA is that A complements to T and G complements to C. And if you remember that the names of the bases are A is adenine, T is thymine, G is guanine or guanine, and C is cytosine. So G complements to C. That means that there's going to be an equal number of C's as there are G's, because for every G you're going to have a C, right? So we want the one that has the same composition, and that's going to be letter Y. Okay, letter Y. There we go. There's our answer, letter Y. They give it, you have to watch out where they put the line for answering it, because you might just circle that and the marker might not see it. There's a line here for you to put your answer on, so you just got to be careful. You could circle that just to be on the safe side, I suppose. I'm doing this in fountain pen. I'm a fountain pen. We'll turn over because this question continues on the other side. Name the type of molecule coded for by a section of DNA. Well, a section of DNA is a gene, and a gene codes for a protein, all right, through the process of protein synthesis. So it's a protein. Okay. Let's see, that's a nice straightforward question. That's just something you know, right? So the section of DNA, they haven't given anything away just yet. They may have asked somewhere else in the paper to say what a section of DNA is. It may be in the multiple choice. So a mutation occurred in a section of DNA as shown. Let's see the original code, CAT, GTAAAT. Okay, the mutated code is CAT, CTAAAT. Describe the effect of this mutation on the molecule produced. Okay. Well, we don't have full knowledge of the genetic code in National 5. We don't learn the full genetic code and the codon sequences and all the rest of it. So what we have to do is, well, first of all, we're going to look at what the difference is. So this G in the original code has been changed to a C. And what we know is that the codes here are very important for specifying which amino acids are added to the oligonucleotide when it's being synthesized at the ribosome. So if we were to take just even 3, so it's every 3 bases. You might have learned that in your National 5 learning, you might not. But the bottom line is this: any change to the DNA code could change the amino acid that is added to the protein sequence. So describe the effect of this mutation on the molecule produced. Well, the molecule is going to be a protein. They're not going to tell you because they asked you up here what it was. And I would say, this is just for 1 mark, the mutation might not, because there is redundancy in this system, could change the amino acid sequence of the protein. Now that's what I would write for the answer there. All they're asking is 1 mark. So the mutation could change the amino acid sequence of the protein produced, the molecule produced as the protein. Okay, and state 1 environmental factor that can increase the rate of mutation. Well, there's a number of things that can cause that. You can get chemical pollution. You can have radiation. I think, well, I'll put in radiation. Radiation is a good one. So, for example, the hole over the ozone layer, or the hole in the ozone layer has increased the amount of UV light coming through, and that increases mutation and causes things like skin cancer. So I'm going to say radiation. And I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think you need to say any more. You could put chemical pollution as another option. There you go. A couple of answers you can put in there. There's question 2 answered. I don't think there's any more. The next one's going to be question 3, isn't it? Yeah, question 3. So there you go. Question 2 answered. And I hope you're liking the new studio, by the way. The light's better, the camera's better, and hopefully the sound is better than the last one, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. See you next time.